Hey, we're back at the top again today on the road to Pokemon Let's Go! Yes, that's the first time I've said that. Feels bittersweet since we have new games coming this year, albeit they aren't the core games we were looking for. But we don't have to wait too long, as they will be out next year. At least we have some game to tide us over until then, and today in week 17 on the road to Pokemon Let's Go, we will be going over the hopes and wants for these games. If you saw my video for the hopes and wants for Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, you will know how this video works. But if you didn't see said video, let me give you a quick rundown. How this video style works is we will be alternating between hopes and wants, and it's in no real order, although I try to keep somewhat related topics together. Hopes are for features that I hope to see, but I doubt we'll make it. Call it a wish list. Wants are features that I want, and I believe have a good chance at making it into the game. This gives both long shot and reasonable features a chance in the spotlight. But without further delay, let's dive into the hopes and wants for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. So we'll begin with the first hope I'd like to see. Starting with the long shot option and following it up with a reasonable feature gives you a nice spectrum to look at. Now then, the first thing I hope to see is a more extensive Kanto. Since the original Red and Blue came out, we've had two renditions of Kanto. The first in Gold and Silver, where we found out that Johto was connected to Kanto on the west side. In Fire Red and Leaf Green, the Sevi Islands were introduced. However, in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, it seemed that the islands were retconned as it was not mentioned at all, in the slightest. In fact, there is a report saying how these games will only take place in Kanto. Why make all this region expansion if it will only get retconned in the end? I just hope somehow, some way, we can visit either the Sevi Islands again after 14 years, or visit Johto once more. Speaking of visiting other places, this brings us to the first want. Now, if it was a complete remake of the originals, that would be kind of a letdown. Why leave Johto and the Sevi Islands out? We've been through the story 3 times already. Once in 1998, second time in 2004, and again in 2016. This would be the 4th visit, so having a copy and pasted story, leaving everything unchanged, well, but the graphics and battling mechanics, it would be pretty lackluster. The longtime fans would know which way to go without the need of a guide. They could do it blindfolded. So I'm hoping to see some kind of curveball added along the way. Otherwise, the deja vu would be too real. Now, I made this a very important hope in the Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon video. And for the love of crap, please fix the Festival Plaza. And guess what? It decided to show its ugly face again. Let me tell you how just downright putrid the Festival Plaza is compared to PSS. What the hell, GameFreak? You had something brilliant in the PSS. The smooth and easy to use features of the PSS made it work so well. Then you tossed it out and went with the Festival Plaza. That's like having Windows 10 and uninstalling it for the original DOS or Windows 95. Oh, shit! Festival Plaza is so terrible, it took Shadow Link and I 3 hours to have our PGL playoff battle. 3 hours just to connect. How is this even justifiable? When it was confirmed that there was going to be some sort of online features for Let's Go, I immediately started hoping and praying that the Festival Plaza would end up in the trash, get lit on fire, ran over with a semi-truck, taken to and crushed by a hydraulic press. Then, the semi-truck from earlier shifts in reverse and backs right back over it again. I made it clear how much I dislike this function, and I'm making it even more clear here. Get rid of it for something more streamlined. Please, do it for the children. Now that the ranting is done, I can continue with this video. What's more likely and more wanted comes at the cost of complaints. When Let's Go was revealed, the cries of many were heard. Why? We have to go back to Kanto? Enough pandering to Gen 1ers! Kanto was overdone! Where's my Gen 8? I'm quitting Pokemon! This is ridiculous! I have to get a Switch for this? Now keep in mind, none of these are my opinions. I said on stream I was disappointed, but then I realized this would tide us over a bit until Generation 8 began next year. And besides, if I had to choose between this or going through 2015 again, well, luckily, I can't turn back the clock. But if there is some way you can branch out and make this as an introduction to Generation 8 so we can be at least teased in some sort of way about the next generation, that would be great. This does have the potential, as it was revealed that the special Pokemon at the end of the trailer was a never-before-seen Pokemon. There is potential here, so keep your hype ready for that. Now, after so many years, GameFreak answered our request to include character customization in Pokemon X and Y, but everyone was just disappointed when it didn't return in Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Myself, I expected the removal, as there wasn't any in the original Gen 3 games. I knew they wanted to stay true to said originals. However, when it returned in Generation 7, it became a staple. Usually Game Freak is synonymous with taking a well-loved feature and throwing it out the window for the very next game. Except for the Festival Plaza. Hey, does anybody own a train? I don't think the semi-truck is enough to finish the job. Feature mutilation aside, what I hope to see is adding some sort of character customization in Pokemon Let's Go. I know it's pretty much a remake like Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire were, but these games also include features from Pokemon Go and can connect with Go. Guess what Pokemon Go has? Character customization. So leaving it out kinda does not make much sense when the game you have it paired with has the feature that we're all hoping remains. While we're on the topic of removal of loved features, a feature that has been in only 2 games looks to return in these games. It was used in Pokemon Yellow and Heart Gold and Soul Silver. That feature is none other than Pokemon following you. We've been asking for it for 8 years now, since its removal in Pokemon Black and White. I even asked for it in Ultra Sun and Moon, and they did not deliver. But in the trailer for Let's Go, we can already see Pokemon following you. There were walking animations for all 802 Pokemon in Ultra Sun and Moon, so we knew the return was inevitable. However, this is a want. But if it's confirmed, what am I asking for? Well, I'm looking for something more extensive. In Heart Gold and Soul Silver, you could talk to your Pokemon and get items from them for your fashion case. But if I could ask for anything else, I would want something more engaging to the player. We can already see we will be able to ride certain Pokemon, but what else could we add? Actually, I'll leave that up to you. What type of addition could they make to the following Pokemon feature to make it more engaging? Let me know in the comment section below. Let's spark the conversation once more. With that, those are my hopes and wants for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. What are your hopes and wants? Be sure to let me know in the conversation section. comment section down below. This channel is meant for, not just about me, but us. Talking about the topics at hand is one of the many events that occur here. Now then, if you enjoyed and want to join the hype train, be sure to drop a like and subscribe to start the climb today. We're only 17 weeks through the 38 weeks we have this time. We had to wait 45 weeks for Sun and Moon, and 25 weeks for Ultra Sun and Moon. And we survived that. I believe we can survive it again. Anywho, enjoy the ride. With that, I want to thank you for watching. Hope to get you back at the top later on because that's how we do what.